Hello, hello.
Hey, what's up? How you doing?
I'm good. Hold
Give us a
on.
hand check that.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Oh!
Why would you mess it up?
I'll have to do it
Okay,
together.
yeah, come on.
One, ha. How you doing? What's up with you?
I'm fine, yeah. I'm just so roasting in here.
I'm the same. That's the reason why we have some water to life, you know?
Water.
Yeah, water to life. We keep it real. What's up, people? How you doing? Thank you for tuning to the podcast. As does always. You know what time it is here. What's up, girl? What's popping, man?
You
looking
tell
cute.
me.
And where do I start, bro? Well, everybody, you know what's happening right now on this show. When we come in, whatever happens, we talk about it, either for personal or experience or what's going on. You know, everything goes in on the show. So if you're listening, thank you all so much for listening. But you know what, it takes you out. Anyway, guess what I want to, pour out today on our chest. It's about talking about marriage, talking about divorcing, talking about where you have money.
I see where you're going.
And I know you didn't know I'm coming out, but I just want to drive through this whole process, you know what I mean?
Talking about football.
Yeah. Talking about the divorce, talking about 50% of what you have, talking about your mother, being in charge on your behalf.
We get it.
Y'all know what I'm driving to. It's crazy though. It's crazy, So
but don't you think it was a good move, like?
Yes, it was a good move. To be very honest, when you read at what's going on right now, a lot of people are so very happy for it,
Yeah.
And it comes down to the level of what this is playing at, where I think personally would be the modern day marriage, it's more all about wealth, not all about the marriage. It's not all about this for better do us part or for better for worse. This kind of protocol process you have to go through marriage. It doesn't seem to be that way. It seems to be if one person does something wrong, you don't put in, I want to divorce straight away, Come on, that's not the way I believe.
Well, I mean, in this case, like the accusations, like what he's accused of, and I think he is charged and he's under investigation.
Yeah.
At the moment. So I mean, like, that's pretty serious. Like, if that's true, that's very serious.
Well, they say
Do you think your partner should still stand by you even in cases like this?
Absolutely. If we're married, and no matter what it is, if I'm a criminal or I do something wrong, my partner should stand for me to the very end. And if we have to divorce at the end of the day, I think we should do that in a different way, not in a public or whatever.
So, in your eyes or in your opinion, what do you think is the ground for divorce? Like, what would be an okay or like a good reason to get divorced if this is not one of them?
Yeah, okay. Yes, my point I go about this very issue. We're talking about it, right? For the fact that it has not been accused yet. It has not, it's just an accusation, but it has not been proven yet to say he's guilty.
Yeah, after investigation and all this stuff.
It has not been proven by the court to say he's guilty, and then straight away you put in to say you want the divorce. For me, that's a red flag. Straight away, that is a red flag. So,
but the fact that he's accused, like someone must have come forward and say these things, that's not a red flag?
Look, we've seen...
Of course, that's a red flag.
Yes, but if you go in for a divorce straight away, that's a red flag too. But we've seen cases where people can claim to say someone raped me, someone did this, someone did that.
Yeah,
so,
I know there are cases like that.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, you find out that it wasn't true, but damage has been done already. When it's not true, so you cannot just say, this thing happened out there, and because that happens, you say you want to do the divorcing. Nobody's a saint. If your husband cheats, it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, but this one is not just cheating. It's more than that,
Hey, look, in every marriage, there's nobody who would say that they don't have a cupboards in their wardrobe. Everybody has it.
Oh, you mean skeleton?
Whatever. Yeah. That's it. Everybody have it.
Yeah, I know. Everyone will have that. Yeah, it's true.
But if you come to the ladies one, even when you look at the whole issue there, right? Even she herself was even talking to her ex, and she's married. Okay, so when this old shit is hit the fan, everybody start or whatever all start coming out.
Yeah, okay, well, I agree with you that, like, maybe she shouldn't have gone for, like, filed for divorce straight away after hearing without, like, evidence. But also, if someone is coming forward and saying this, like, they've been abused in some way by this person, like, you have to believe them and, you know, go through with it. Like, you can't just disregard, like, what they're saying and act like nothing happened, because that happens way too much these days as well.
Yes.
It does.
To
and,
what?
You know, so you have to take these accusations serious.
Rape is a very, very strong accusation.
Yeah, no, of course.
And it's unacceptable when we come across to say someone is being raped by a man or a woman, but mostly it's always women who are always, you know, receiving end. But in a case like this, let's not just stray away from it or shy away from it. It's that if you heard or overheard something about your husband or being accused of something, as far as you both married, right? No matter what, you will stand for this person that you call your husband, first of all. And later on, you can deal with the other aspect. When Rooney had the same thing with his wife, when he should raise up about him sleeping with someone else or a shit in his relationship, but the woman should stand with him going to court and all this process, you know, to settle things, you know. But that's what it's supposed to be. It doesn't look good to say a man will have to go out and do it again. But when you say you're married to somebody, something happened, you're supposed to stand for that person.
Yeah, so now I wonder, because I mean, yeah, like, you know, you married, you love the person and everything. Yeah, you should take time to, like, see if all of this is true, and, you know, let him give you his side of the story and all of this, like, not just file straight for divorce. But now, like, it makes me wonder, maybe they have already been having issues before this, and maybe this is the last thing that really kind of hit the nerve, and just she decided that this is it, like, this is the last thing that's going to push me to go for it. So, like, we don't know the relationship beforehand, you know?
That's the thing. Anything that comes into the public, it's out of your hand.
Yeah.
You know, because that's why they said social media is the last place to bring your problem to, because it's not going to do you good. Because you're going to get different opinion, different idea, different how people see things, because you brought it out. But if you are dealt with this issue privately, nobody would know, and it ends there. That's why they say sometimes when bad things or things happens or someone lost somebody, they say the family asks for privacy at this time. It's because they don't want to bring certain things out there to the public. If you get me. I know. So this issue for me, it's it gives a lot for men mostly, because when I look at the social media today, even before we even come, I can hear a lot of people talking about it, is more men kind of see this as an eye-opening. The reason is because they've come across a lot of men who have become more victim about this very issue, where men, especially either you're a footballer or you're a businessman, whatever that make you get to the very top there out there, it seems to be men has been taken more advantage of. And the funniest part about this thing sometimes when I think about it is majority of men who create this idea of divorce to say, okay, women will have 50% of what a man has or whatever it is the same men who create this law to protect more women. But it seems to be this modern generation we are right now, it doesn't seem to be going the right direction, where once a man has the wealth, you know, it becomes a different game entirely. You know, it shouldn't be like that. Now a lot of men are more on the positive side to say, okay, well, you know what? Now this has happened. I'm not gonna get married, and if I get married, this is what I'm gonna do.
Yeah, like, so I mean, the men are probably afraid to get married because of what's going on.
That's the point.
But
I'm glad.
I mean, it's sad. Like,
I'm glad you said it, because I was gonna say that, but you just nailed the point. Even today, some men some women are even talking about it as well. Not even men, saying that this now put a lot of question mark to a lot of men now to say, well, hang on a second. I've made my way up this level in life, so therefore, why am I going to marry for? Because if I get married to her tomorrow, she's going to file the divorce. She's going to kick me out of everything I've ever owned. So it is a problem. And this is not about black or white. It's all about everybody.
Well, of course, like
It-
race has nothing to do with it. Everyone loves money, no matter what
Absolutely.
color you are or
Yeah.
where you're from.
Yeah. But for
money
me,
will cause these problems, unfortunately.
for me, this is crazy. It's not helping. It's not healthy. It's bad for children when you have children because they have to deal with this power publicly and they have to deal with the separation of their parent. So for me, it's important that when we going into all this kind of stuff, we have to consider kids involved in this.
Yeah. Do you think that their age difference have a part to play in this as well?
No, I don't believe any age difference has to do with it. Sometimes people will say, "Oh, maybe because your woman is more older than him, that's why this happens to be." No, it doesn't have to. The both of them love themselves. They've been in the public life since since when. Doing
and
all
I think I heard she's an actress as well. So
she
I'm
is.
sure she has her own.
Oh yeah,
wealth
of course, she did. According to what things are going now, so at this stage now, it's probably she have to give him now.
For me as a woman, like I think the move he made was really good. Like, and the fact he put everything on his mother's name, like I thought that was so good.
I don't think he made that move though because he's only 24. I believe
since
maybe
he was younger by his mom.
Yeah, probably since I think some legal terms were there where it was a smart move done. But I also believe that when he was younger, the mom has always been the one, managing this process. Because this is not just only yesterday, this just happened.
Yeah, I know, but even if so, I mean, when he became an adult, he had the opportunity and the right to put everything in his name,
he wants
but he chose not to, right?
Yeah.
So that was a smart move because now this woman can take advantage, and I think it's wrong. Like if you're getting divorced, like say she wants to divorce her husband, right? I don't know how he feels about it, but like why should he give her any of his wealth? Like you're now like this person is going to become like a stranger to you. It's no longer part of you. You have broken the bond of marriage.
Yeah.
You are no longer one. So why should this person take what belongs to you, what you worked for? When she's separating from you, she wants to go her own way, make her own life.
Yeah.
Like to me, like it doesn't make sense, and so I support what he's done, and I feel, and especially like that she has her own wealth. Like why do people have to be so greedy? Like you already have your own, but you still want 50% of that one.
Yeah, but you see what you're saying is so beautiful, it's so nice the way you're saying it. But my issue is when the shit hit the fan, it's a different ball game. Anybody can be so nice when things are not in their way. But when things start to hit the fan,
you mean like when, like say, okay, so you think that if I'm the one experiencing this, you think I would think differently and I don't feel the same way as I do now?
I'm very optimistic that we are a human being. We cannot calculate when our mindset or how we feel could change. Because we would say, for example, now that, oh no, this is grand, no, like this is like when you don't have kids, you would say this is that. But when you have it, it's all different ball game entirely. So if you put that context into the way things were, you say, oh, she have money, so there'll be no issue with them at all because the both of them are on the same level play. That's great. That's how it's supposed to be. But if something happened, and that something that happened is like a revenge. She want to pay this guy back or something. So for me, no matter what sometimes we promise about something, it is very hard to keep to it, especially when it comes to wealth.
I think it's different. Yeah, like when it comes to money, like I think it depends how you see money. What is your relationship with money from like before you even meet anyone that's wealthy or before you even start making all this money? It depends how you see it. If you allow it to control you, if you allow it to change you, then yeah. But if I'm talking personally, I never want money to change me and make me greedy and all of this. Like I'm not after anyone's money, anyone's possessions. I really don't care. Like once I have my own, like I have enough to survive and stuff, like that's all I need.
That is the point we're saying. Yeah, it's like, put it this way, even though we say like this, yeah, if someone really, really hurts you in a very way that you just don't expect, or it was so hurtful, some people have a way of want to pay back, and I
Yeah.
believe that this is what plays out. You
Mhm.
know, she just want to hurt this guy in this way. And if I even move away from their own relationships, because everybody have their own, so we're not yet to really judge anybody. This is
Yeah.
what is just in the public domain,
Yeah, that's
and this is reality
all we
because
can talk on is based what we see
See,
on social media.
yeah. So it's
we
nothing
can't talk
personal.
on his side, on her side.
Yeah.
We haven't got a clue what's really going on.
Absolutely.
There, you know?
What I'm saying is this, yeah, even for the ordinary people, probably who just doing a 9 to 5 job and
Yeah.
stuff like that, it still happen. Like even in this island, yeah,
Yeah, of
we have
course.
men and women who married together for a good while, and all of a sudden they bought property and everything. There's so many men and women who a lot has part away
Yeah.
just for property. And the funniest one that really pains me most is when the two of you join together to buy this property, and you know for a fact that this man is not gonna, you want to divorce this man, you don't consider where he's gonna stay, where he's gonna live, whatever, and you still expect this man to leave the house, and you still expect this man to still contributing, paying for the same mortgage the both of you bought together, is insane.
Yeah, it's very unfair.
You know,
yeah.
it's insane. And I feel, this is my opinion though, don't come for me. I always say on the show, every time I put my point out there, I'm free to speak how I think, how I feel. Doesn't mean that you should take it, but if you like it, it's up to you. But I also think the law needs to be looked into. Okay, it starts to make marriage become, I don't know what way to kind of put it. You don't respect marriage, and that you don't see marriage as anything.
I see it as beautiful.
No, well, I understand. You
Yeah,
might
I
see it
think
that
it's
way,
beautiful.
but for men, we will always have this other mindset in us.
Thinking about money, like
No,
really,
it's the
so
money.
money is going to stop
No,
you from marriage.
Because no, it's not just the money. Because we've seen men who get married and be kicked out of their house. Lovely married and everything. You never expect this was gonna happen. But when you hear the fan, what happened? The men have to go.
Then shit should not hit any fan.
No, but you never can tell. But this is the thing, because
well, behave yourself as a man. Do the right thing, and you won't be
but
kicked out of the
even
house.
though the woman do the wrong thing, and the guard's
Yeah.
coming, for example, right? Guess who's gonna leave the house? Is the
You
man.
think the dude?
Yeah.
But I think things are changing.
No,
now.
I'm telling you.
I've seen now on social media
Yeah.
where the guards or the police or whatever will go for the woman. Like
No.
when she's acting like a psychopath, they will remove the woman.
Yes, on one ground, only if the man has the property on his own. Yes, you will take it by law. If I own the property and you go crazy, whatever, and the guards comes in, you're leaving. First thing is who owned the house.
Well, no, well,
If
I've
it's-
seen videos.
If it's not the border force, I'll go to that point where I think I know where you
No,
kind of
it's
drive it at.
okay, it's okay.
If it's not the border force own the property, and it's only me that own the property, you living. That's one. The second part where you're coming from is if the woman is acting psychopath, maybe she's bringing any kind of machete or something like that, any whatever that is dangerous and stuff like that, and some crazy stuff happening, yes, the woman have to leave the house for those reasons. But 99% most times, it's always the man. Oh, well, you have to leave the house, pick some
Okay,
few
so
things, come
hold
back
on.
in the morning and take whatever you want.
So what's your advice? So people should not get married. People should not live together because in every relation, that's a possibility. Once you're in a relationship, that's a possibility, right?
No, I'm not. Look,
So what you saying?
I'm not gonna give no one advice on this very issue. To be very honest
So
with
would
you,
you ever live with a woman, or are you afraid of being kicked out of the house?
No, living with a woman, why not? I will live with a woman someday. But what I'm saying is that when it comes to how the law works, if there's an issue in the house, the man will be the one to kick out. If it's a rental property, the man will be kicked out. If it's the both of them are both property, the man will be kicked out. If it's only the man that owns that property, and the man said, it's my property, so therefore the woman will leave, the woman has to leave. But if it's a situation where you and the man own the house, or it's a council house for the both
Yeah.
of you, the man will be the one to leave.
Well, one of the persons have to leave, like for things.
Not
to
the
cool
woman
down.
at first. Not the woman at first.
Someone has to leave.
But not the
Either
woman
way.
at first. Not
I
the
don't
woman at
care
first.
who it is. Someone has to go. If you don't choose to leave yourself, I mean, it doesn't have to be forever where you end up homeless, but even for the night, for 2 nights, let things cool down.
Yeah.
And then come and sort your stuff out.
Yeah.
Someone has to go. Like.
Yeah, well, someone has to go. But in this situation where we come back to this ongoing issue of saga that they call it, one, I don't buy the idea for her to quickly go in there and put in to say she wants 50% of the guys.
I saw some comments. I think some people actually think that she's the one making those accusations just to get the money.
But you see, we don't really know.
But I'm just
what,
saying.
Yeah, we're just saying. Yeah, we don't really know what this whole thing flies around everywhere, so we don't really know what's out there. It's what's out there.
I suppose it's a possibility. I mean, if she's so greedy and she wants more money and just run away with it, it is a possibility that maybe there is no true accusation. Maybe no one came forward with that. Maybe she's the one that made it up. Said someone told her, and then she's doing. I don't know.
I believe.
Money does crazy things to people. Like.
I believe. Look, they're both celeb, and it's just a shameful thing that people will bring their marital issue to the public like this, and it could be taken different ways, So, but I believe that this needs to be really looked into. Either they just open the eyes of everybody, but I think a lot of time women have the advantage. The law really protects the woman a lot more, which is not bad, because a lot of men will take advantage anywhere we can over a woman. But it seems to be majority of times, either you have the money, whichever way it is, the women always have the upper hand. I have no problem, but it is sad when you have wealth like him, and because of issue, you just went in. You said you wanted divorce, number one. Number two, you said you want 50% of this guy. Consider the fact that you're even older than him. Consider the fact that he's even a young man. So
more than 10 years older.
At 24, even though it looks mature and everything.
The two of them, I have to say, the two of them look so good together.
No, they look good.
Like, I saw the pictures or videos, like they are fly together. Like,
absolutely.
I wonder what really went wrong.
You can't take that away, but I think, looking at the guy age, and looking at the lady age alone, you should be able to understand, if that was your younger brother, what would you do? Do you get what I mean? And looking at things, even though you have fun together and those kind of things, there are better ways you can approach it. And even though you want to finish with him, he will say, okay, well, because we're family, we have this, I want to give you this thing. It will come. Sometimes I feel if we allow men to make certain decisions without not pressing the law, I think we will make good judgments. The law sometimes drives us crazy where we want to fight back. Even we know at the end of the day, the law will still favor the woman, but we want to give you a tough time. It's sad. Like, a man will work so hard, and at the end of the day, because they're married to you, you want to finish a divorce, you want to take half of what he worked for. What's the point? And the same you will still come to say you need, what I call it, for kids, family care, and all those things. You're still going to take from the man.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't have a printing machine, though.
Calm down now, because it's not all women, okay? And let's think about what men do to women over all the years, or how they treat women, how they're mistreat them, rape them, beat them, so much stuff. So if this is one small thing that a woman can do to get a man back, I don't know.
If it's
I'm not saying I'll do it. I don't want to get anyone back. I just want to live in peace.
Look, we all want peace, boss.
We all want peace. There's some people go out there looking for drama.
This is the thing I like about social media of these days, is that there's so many things that are all in the closet that we never talk about. And because we talk about them now, it becomes more eye-opening for everybody. it's like people are dying, suffering inside, going through a lot of things. Either you're in a relationship that's not healthy,
Yeah.
either you fight with your partner all the time, or
Yeah.
your partner will be in control and you cannot speak out. The platform has given a lot of people ways to speak out, to voice for help and concern, and so they can get help. But at the same time, too, this platform can drive you the other way wrong, where certain things are not the way it's supposed to be, but because of people are throwing different opinion into it, you don't know what's right, what's wrong, what's left and right, So that's one side. But if we come back to this very same issue, is that I feel the law needs to be looked into, in a way that, not to say favor men, not to say favor women, but to make marriage looks more valuable rather than all about wealth of either the man owning it or the woman owning it. It needs to be reviewed again.
I have to stop you because marriage already is not about wealth.
No.
Not.
This 21st century is all about wealth.
But when someone is marrying you, is there anywhere there that they mention wealth? It's nothing got to do with wealth.
But at the end of the day, that's what they say.
People can take advantage of that when they're getting divorced, but that is.
That's the point. Is that when you go into marriage, is for better, for worse. It doesn't matter what it is. So that's the contract you sign into. So what changed there?
What do you mean? What changed?
What changed when they say for better, for worse? That's the valuable made at the altar, right? So what changed? The only thing that I could say, if it's changed, say if the man, there's a violence there, there's threat to life and stuff like that. Of course,
yeah, and I know
definitely
adultery will break the bond of marriage, and you are free to get a divorce then.
I don't think
or the woman cheats in the marriage.
I don't think adultery is enough to really.
According to God, it is.
I don't think adultery is enough to just divorce. It's not what I would do, but I don't think so, because even the same Bible still said forgive. So where's the forgiveness?
No, but that's one thing that's acceptable, to go and get a divorce.
No, but that's the same thing in the Bible too. The same Bible that said is adultery. The same Bible said. So why then?
But I'm saying, that is the grounds for divorce. That's one of the grounds for divorce.
But that's why I'm saying that the same Bible.
It is up to the partner. Once you choose to forgive, then that you stick with that and you don't go back to what happened.
But the same Bible said that fornication or whatever you call it. The same Bible still says you can still forgive as well. So that's the point.
I'm saying it's up to the person.
So why would you not look at the Bible and say, okay, I forgive my partner.
Not everyone can forgive the partner after cheating on them.
Why would they not forgive them?
Okay, so if your woman goes out,
I'm not a woman, I'm a man, mind you. So make sure you know.
No, if your woman goes out and sleeps with another man, would you forgive her? So easily as you're making it seem. No, answer my question.
It's not like I will or will not. It's something I will.
You need to make a decision.
No,
you can either forgive or you move on.
No, that's the point I'm saying, is that we just go into conclusion too quick when we want to look at the religious side of things.
No, I'm not talking about religious
things.
Because you're talking about why won't the person forgive after cheating, whatever. If your woman sleeps with another man, would you forgive her? Would you continue being in a relationship with her?
That is a thing that I will have to look into. But doesn't mean that it... Okay,
it's not easy to forgive your partner after being cheated. Some can do it and they can move on from it and still have a beautiful relationship after it. Some can simply they just can't do it and they have to move on.
Yeah, but like at the end of the day, it comes down. What about men who actually have more than one wife? What are you gonna do?
But that's a different thing, because already the wife, like, she will be aware of that. She has accepted to live like that. I know that's some cultures out there.
I think if we go down that road, it's all about forgiveness, though. It's all about giving somebody a chance.
Would you forgive? And you can't answer my question.
But that's what I'm saying to you, is that I have to look into it.
Look into
I
what?
cannot just say, oh, all right, my woman go shit today, and then tomorrow.
No, but I'm asking you, like,
that's
if
what I
that
said.
happens.
That's why I said I have to look into it.
There's
That
nothing to look
that
into.
decision will come from me. You know. Here we go. Anyway, it's the podcast. Let's go. Make sure you're watching, so subscribing on the show. Look, on the show when we come on, we just have our own and blunt talking, and realistically, you know. So we just look at the issue that, you know, and that's trending, that we feel is affecting our society, and we talk about it on the show. So that's what we talk about, you know.
Yeah.
So look, this is all we have to talk about on this very show. I know there's a back and forward here and there, you know, but we just want to put our input in, and we wish all those who are married to solve the issue in a different way, you know. And the public is the last place where you want to bring your issue to. It goes messy, it goes crazy. Well, I say this is eye-opening.
Yeah, so many people. I mean, the whole world would get involved, right?
Absolutely.
And then it can go anywhere from
Absolutely.
there on.
Absolutely.
There are no limits. Once
absolutely.
it's out there,
It's out there.
for the world, there's just no limits.
Absolutely.
Everything will build.
Yeah, so I wish them best of luck. And women out there, this is my last word for you. It's not all about the money. You know, the better way to spend when you have family. Look into it before you call up that DID. I know what I'm talking about. All right, people. Look, I live it there. I don't say too if I get into trouble on this one. But yo, thank you so much for tuning in, and catch up with us more on the show. Take it away. Bye for now.
Okay, never mind.